It's not 1994.
Oh,
It's 1995.
1990.
We don't find it so rosy because we have less students. More students were in accountancy department, most especially those one with good results. So then I sat down. What can we do to encourage our students? Because they have put it in their mind that banking and finance as a course is a tunnel vision. What do I mean by tunnel vision? Saying that it is one way, that if you don't work in the bank or non-bank, even they don't even think about non-bank financial institution then. Okay, I was the HOD then. I was the pioneer HOD of banking and finance. Because banking and finance was founded 1995, 1996. So then, and we need a student as the pioneer student. But this time around, and they were drawn from pre-ND financial studies. And I sat down. I taught it myself alone. Then later, I now discussed with my other colleagues. So this issue of a corporate banker came to my mind. And I said, okay, let's form Corporate Banker Association. So now started. We drew the constitution. What make it popular then was that I talked to the Chartered Institute Banker of Nigeria Osogbo branch. You people will help us. Then we make our intention known to the Lagos office, that is the headquarters, and they embrace it. We were able to convince the students, and then we form the first set. That was 1995-96. Then they started gradually. Then there was a similar club in accountancy, Joint Mind. Then in the bank, in BISADMI, the administrator also called. So then I make them to be competitive. So while they were doing their own, attracting then corporate banker now stand on its own. They form the slogan. Even they have the motto, the song, the popular song. There are 3 things I want to be. I want to be chartered. I want to be banker. I want to be chartered. I want to be fellow. So that one, even that particular song, it attracts so many. Then another thing that attracts them, dressing code. And then by the bringing in chartered, bringing in fellow, all these things make it attractive for them to embrace the. And then another thing, as you know, we make prudency, accountability, and transparency to be their watchword. One major problem they have, they want to spend all their money. They don't want any money to remain in the purse for the incoming. But we try as much as possible to encourage them that if you should be able to leave at least substantial amounts in the account, and that's what we call prudency. With that one, your successor will be able to take off smoothly. But we try as much as possible. We ask them to open accounts. Then they form executive. Then we now introduce it to other campuses. And in Poly Ibadan was the first one. We went there. I first of all sent my student there. They then go and then in most cases, by the time they are doing their induction, I ask them to invite as many polytechnics as possible, so that they can be observer. When Poly Ibadan came, they look at it and then they also embrace it. Even at times, because the Poly Ibadan was a location of Ibadan, it was, as I told you earlier on, they have advantage. And then And then another thing that I like at Polytechnic Ibadan that make a corporate banker to stand in Ibadan than any other campuses is that the department help them so much. How? In Ire, for example, they make it voluntary. So the word voluntary, many people don't embrace it. It's only people that are interested. Unlike Poly Ibadan, they make it compulsory. Then after Poly Ibadan, we have Ado Ekiti. It was due to Federal Poly Ede, then Kwara Poly. I was so happy that it now become competitive. And then it's still limited to Polytechnic. And it is my hope that people will extend it to the university. Yeah, it's a challenge to you people so that we can fashion out ways by which you can penetrate UI. Similarly, OAU, Obafemi Awolowo University. It happened that I have my room at South Campus. Even we house many, especially during my own time at Poly Ibadan, we have some students who have their icon before HND accountancy.
Corporate Banker started in the year 2000 within the Department of Banking and Finance with some like minds which will come together. Actually, they start with I and one of my friends in person of Sebe Karim Kodri. We have the same vision. Then when we graduated from the Polytechnic Ibadan, how can friends and colleagues be able to connect each others? So that's when we talk about bringing in this unique club then. So there is a lot of challenges then. When we started, we think of some institution having banking and finance in the department, which we visited the Polytechnic of Lagos and also Kwara State Polytechnic. And later on, when we visited Osun State Polytechnic Ire, we now find out that they are already operating same club in the department. So we had a lot of arguments then that Ibadan chapter want to stand on their own, but they said no, that we should be one. But at the end of the day, we agreed to be under one umbrella. We have Osun State chapter, which is the Polytechnic Ire, Osun State, and we have the Polytechnic Ibadan chapter also. So that is how we come about forming Corporate Bankers Club into the Department of Banking and Finance in the Polytechnic Ibadan and also in the Polytechnic Ire, Osun State. It's a great task shaping the CB and the culture. Then, as the founding members is very, very hard and complicated in getting people to join the club. Then, you have to talk to them, let them see reasons of how important it is, even within the department. Before they could sign it on in the department, we go through a lot of things. We have a lot of challenges. Then membership challenge from the students or the co-students, from the co-students in the same department, in the same class. Then also, I believe till now, CB still carry the same spirit within the club, because as of today, I must say I'm very grateful to NCB, CB, Tajuddin, because then when we are in THND, when the Corporate Bankers Club was founded, it was in ND2 then. Most of the ND2s in the Banking and Finance Department wanted to come on board as a Corporate Bankers Club member also. But then the rules guiding the club doesn't give room for the NDs to come in. So there is a lot of comments then that we should be able to allow the NDs to come on board. But I thank God today, NCB Tajuddin became the chief banker and also the life president now of the Anomalies Club, which is a very, very good one to me. And also many people in the ND days then that did their HND in the Polytechnic of Ibadan also become a member of the Corporate Bankers Club, which I believe many people that has been a member of the club, we have some people in a well-to-do organizations, which the spirit of Corporate Bankers Club is still within them.
CB has been one club that is very close to my vision. I had served as a banker in 3 banks, and I've served as a director in 2 or 3 microfinance banks. So anything banking is always synonymous with my line of ethics. When I joined the system as a corporate bankers club, I felt automatically these are going to be people of ethics, people of rules, and people of regulation. So it has been a pleasure, and I've never regretted joining it.
And for Corporate Bankers Club, I'm part and parcel of them, because like I told you, I've been part of them since 2007, and I've been contributing immensely to the progress of that particular club, because it's a club that through the activities train, the leaders of tomorrow right from the school. It's a club that is forward-looking, and within the Polytechnic Ibadan, it's just about the most active association within the Polytechnic Ibadan.
I do not really know the vision of the club, but I've related with members of the club over time, and what I could actually say is that the Corporate Bankers Club is just like, let me say, a subsidiary of the Chartered Institute of Bankers. Most of right from when you enter the institution, it's as if you're already behaving like bankers. The way you people, the way they dress, because don't let me say you people, the way they dress, the way they relate with people, and I can just say that it's like an organized group, different from it's different from an association. It is actually well organized.
I think at the inception of the club, there was a serious alignment, because the objective is to inculcate some values of banking ethics into the CB, that is the corporate bankers. So, and along the line, when this was formed, we did all our best to make sure that the CBs, the students we produce, particularly, not all of them are corporate bankers, but those that we know that are very much academically inclined, join the club. They are relevant because most of those who have trained, we had news, where they have been to, some of them are members, some of them are placed in banks across the globe, and they are doing things because we get testimony, and we are happy that we are part of their career growth and career development.
Basically, in our legacy, the legacy, when we talk legacy, we are talking of what we have meant, what we have seen those before us do. It is important we state here that CB today is 25 years this year, and those that we met, that are the founding fathers, they have mentored us to this point. They have given us room to portray what we have, to showcase the ethics of the club. And that's why what we do to now is we are looking from the angle of mentorship we do for current students. We look from the angle of bringing ideas, bringing masters, captains in the industry to our online forum where we learn from them. They advise us depending on the trend. For instance, when it comes to all these monetary policies that are changing, we bring financial experts and they have to explain to us what are the things we need to know, what are the things that we should know as financial students, even if we are not in that world again in the outside world. So those are the legacy that we have met. Those are things that we have tried putting in place with my team. We have been doing that periodically, bringing different, sometimes we even bring lawyers that we need to know. Sometimes we talk about rent and what your relationship with your landlords that is even outside our profession. But what we need to do that for is so that we don't find ourselves wanting. Thank you. And under the ethics, under we want to help others. Under the norms, we want to give back to the society. But most of us are still trying to balance in the world, and that's why it's still on the low key. But we've been helping members from the angle of financial support, from the other angles where anytime they come forth, because we won't be able to help if we don't know that they are going through any challenge, and that's what we're doing. Thank you. Under our values, the fostering of the CB and the alumni, basically that should be talking about our the challenges. One of the challenges that we have is, like I said in the first question, that most of us are still in the industry trying to get our feet. So and another challenge is because we all come from different angles. Most of us that are schooled in Ibadan are not actually Ibadan based. So it's coming together, having this gathering is always very difficult. But thank God to computer age that we could do some things online. But like for instance, let me give from the angle of me and my escos. We I had to normally the signatory is always president and maybe any other two officers, but in my case, because of the challenge of how do I come from Lagos, send it down, I had to give that power to my vice, because luckily she stays in Ibadan, and I had to tell her, okay, when the vice signs, she's acting on my behalf, then any other esco that is in Ibadan too can do that. Those are part of the challenges we go through. But under academic excellence, we employ our students. We've organized programs, symposiums, where, like today, what I do outside being a chartered accountant is something far off what we learned at school, and that is academic excellence. We try to see how can we survive. So we encourage students that don't say I have gone to school and automatically I should be fine. No, don't say I have gone to school and what I've learned is banking, then I had to work in a banking environment. No, don't say I came out first class, job should be looking for me. No, it is that school has just done one thing. Open your mind. Then all you just need to do is look at the environment. Where can you tap in? And from there, you see where you can. So the challenges we'll be having is basically we're all scattered all over the world. We have, even right now as I speak, we have the CB alumni in diaspora. That shows that even outside Nigeria, they're there. And there's some of us that, life could be challenging. Some are not even balanced to think of even having time for alumni programs. And it is on that note that we always encourage ourselves that no matter what, just make sure you are on the platform. Just make sure you are still in the community, so that whenever anything comes up, because we are still there, we'll be able to be there to rally around ourselves. Unlike when we are not hearing from anybody, we are not seeing you, you're not hearing from you, you don't even have your contact. That could be difficult for us. So the togetherness is key. As the time goes on, I know that after a while we will have time to come together and we'll enjoy having met one time in life.
Corporate Bankers Club, the Polytechnic Ibadan. It is, of course, my great pleasure to be here this morning, at least where I am at the moment. And I'm equally so excited to be linking up with my fellow colleagues all across the globe as well. Yes, this is a task sent to me and I believe to a couple of other persons in commemoration of our 25th year anniversary and reunion. Yeah, what has CB done to me? What can I say about the leadership in CB? Has the legacy being kept up to date? I'll say fine. CB actually to me groomed me to becoming a great person and a great personality in the society. Have been able through CB to have a couple of persons following in my path, and to a great extent too, I'll say nature with the support of persons has equally helped me to touch and shape humanity to an extent which of course I'm still looking forward to do more. Yeah, while in school, we claimed that the club is a social, political, and academic club. And, we try as much as possible to groom ourselves to becoming future leaders, politically, future leaders, even within our social space, wherever we find ourselves, even in the corporate setting, we should be a force to be reckoned with, and not a second fiddle wherever we find ourselves. This is one thing we try to talk to each and every one of us about, and I believe many of us grew up in this path, and we are doing so much well for those of us in the corporate world, for those of us who are even entrepreneurs, for some of us who are politicians. For I know for sure that we even have politicians amidst us. Amongst us, we've had a chairman of a local government, and we have so many others that are still aspiring to hold one public office or the other in the nearest future. All these things could be attributed to the way we carried ourselves while we were in school. Of course, all these things were not with their bucket of challenges. Of course, having to gather people, you would agree with me, is not something very easy. As human beings, you would agree with me. The most difficult set of species to manage. And at the same time, you would agree with me that if you have all it takes, you have human being as the best set of persons to manage. That is, if you have what it takes, you find out that they are equally the most beautiful set of persons to manage. So gathering people, pulling people together from all walks is not something easy. For instance, having to put up this alumni body when it all started, it was more like a tug of war. It was more like something that is actually not going to see the light of the day. But to God be the glory, with the support of so many persons. That has been a story that we've kept behind us today. And I can tell you for a fact, for someone who does not know, that the alumni body is a registered entity. We can sue and equally be sued, right? We can engage in businesses, lawful, legitimate businesses, right? We can contract and we can be equally contracted, just like some other organizations who are just having that by names, who are just having it, but who are not registered. But we are duly registered. This is not something that came on a platter of gold too. We have to draw ourselves, we have to pull ourselves, we have to pull resources together. All these are selfless services, but we just know it's something that needs to be done. That said, individual lives too, one way or the other, has been touched. There has been times that we've been able to touch lives, we've been able to assist ourselves, we've been able to support one another. People on the sick bed, we've been able to assist them. People that are going through one challenges or the other, we've been able to support them, we've been able to assist them. And we've had a series, we've had numbers of chief bankers who are doing well today. I happen to be the chief banker for Set 04. And as I'm talking to you today, if I'm not mistaken, the chief banker that we have in school at the moment is Set 22, which means I have like 21 chief bankers. Oh my word. Like, okay, 20 chief bankers behind me who are equally NCBCBs as of this day. I'm gradually becoming, no, not even becoming, I think I'm a granddad already. At least for me to have like 20 chief bankers right behind me. I think it's not like I think I am a granddad already, except for someone who wants to argue with that. And I will leave you with your keypad. I will leave you with your keypad to argue with that. But within me, I know I'm a granddad already. So all these things, not without challenges. There was a time that I happened to be more like the incinerator. I don't know if you understand what I mean by incinerator. An incinerator is more like a dumping site where people come, they throw trash, they throw all sorts. People come, they say all sorts. Ogunreku is this, Ogunreku is that, Ogunreku is this, Ogunreku is that. But he who knows where he's going does not even listen to essays, does not even listen to distractions. Then I counted all those as distractions, and I never allowed them to deter me from what I intend to achieve. And what was that thing that I actually intend to achieve? The oneness, the unity, the umbrella, the body. Let us come together and have a unit. Let us come together and become an indivisible set of persons, right? That will be able to help ourselves, we'll be able to influence one another, we'll be able to support one another.
Well, I'm no longer in the Polytechnic Ibadan, and I don't know how far the students have been turning up for the meetings. But I remember during my time, one thing I remember during my time was that we went out and about and made sure that the banner of CB was flying high. People were willing to join. People saw the aura. People saw how intelligent people in CB were. People saw the charisma. People saw how we were entirely different from others on campus. But one thing I know is that anywhere CB member goes to, they are always treated right. They are always treated with an exception. And I became bold and fearless, even in the face of challenges. I want to appreciate CB for grooming me, for making me who I am. I wouldn't have gone this far without CB. I was able to build my confidence, and I was able to face crowd.
I'm an ambitious person. I joined the Corporate Bankers Club because I have an ambition of being the SUG president. And as at that time on campus, you look at which club will add value to you. And looking at the way they dress, their composure, and the valued and the principle they stood for, I joined. And to the glory of God, joining shaped my life. My dressing became corporate, which is one of the valued people look for in whoever wants to become the union president. And sincerely, joining make me more popular, make me more to have more electoral value And it was not a surprise when I won the election with a clear margin. And I can say it boldly that the value and the standard corporate banker stood for shapes my life, even till date where I'm working. People say that, are you a pastor? Because of the way I dressed. So I can say it boldly that Corporate Bankers Club has shaped my life.
I am privileged to be a member of this great club, and it's a wonderful thing and a wonderful experience. During my days in school, I happened to be the class governor of my class, and automatically happens to be the governor general of the department. And being in CB give me a very high esteem. I'm always very happy being a CB member. During my days in school, I was privileged to have 2 posts together in CB, which I believe nobody ever had. I am the chairman disciplinary committee of my set. I am also the chairman electoral committee that brought into power CB Board of Directors set 08. I am happily married to another CB member. I am set 07. I am married to a CB member from set 08. And we are blessed with 2 wonderful kids, a girl and a boy. Thank you so much.
All right. How has CB value inspired your career?
Corporate Bankers Club is a pragmatic association of students of banking and finance within the Polytechnic of Ibadan. What are their roles? Some people would say that youth are the leaders of tomorrow. But I don't support that school of thought. My own school of thought is that students are the leaders of today. What do they do really? They come together, assemble, practice leadership, even right inside the school. They organize events, they organize seminars, they organize lectures. They bring eminent people into the Polytechnic to come and give them lectures. They learn from the elders. They learn leadership from those people that have done so well as leaders. They learn from them. And so they now use this to shape their own future, to shape their own understanding of what a good leader should be. These are all their roles. They are practicing leadership right inside the school. And so it will not be difficult for them when they get out of the school, when they graduate from the school, to practice what they already learned. Because people say examples are better than precepts. And they are combining 2 things, the town and the gown. And with these 2, this will eminently shape their future to be who they should be in life. Quite a number of them who have left the school are doing very well because of the knowledge they have acquired. I do not believe in acquisition of wealth, materials. That to me is vanity upon vanity. The only essence of coming to this life is for you to leave a legacy. For me, I want to be remembered for the impact that I've been able to make in the society. The other time I was talking, I said quite a number of students, especially those ones that are members of, that were members of Corporate Bankers Club. I've assisted them through my influence. And I'm still ready to continue. I'm still ready to continue that. So also people that are not even from the Polytechnic Ibadan. Anybody that comes my way, once I have the opportunity to assist them, I assist them without looking back. And I will still continue to do that. So my legacy is a legacy of impact. The impact on people, the impact on the society, the impact on the humanity.
I was a general secretary then, and in those days, we keep our records manually, where we put our minutes into files and then we keep it in our archive. But then, when we left the school, that value kept going on, and it's really affecting my own job for now, in terms of keeping sales record, in terms of keeping customers record, in terms of keeping all the operations that we've done over the years. So it has really added to my life value as an entrepreneur as it is now. So CB is a club that is well known, that is well established, and backed with core value that will establish you for the future.
Members of the Corporate Bankers Club used to top, their classes. They used to be at the top of their classes. But now, you will see a member of Corporate Bankers Club just, struggling academically. The way they even present, their problems, and things like that. Their mode of dressing has actually changed. During the last election, I almost had problem with the past president. When I had to tell him, see, if you want to conduct this election, you have to send the names of the students to me. They are aspiring, into the various positions. You have to send their names to me. Let me check their results. Let's know the academic performance. So there is little that I can do as the head of department, but at least it's a must for me to know their academic performance before they will be elected into the various offices. For the chief banker now, I personally believe that at that level, using the HND1 result, the chief banker must have a CGPA of nothing less than 3 points. Nothing less than 3 points. Because by the time he starts taking performing responsibilities, he will be combining so many things together. He will be attending classes, attending functions, and many other things like that. There is the tendency for the CGPA to drop. But if at all it's going to drop, at least it should drop to lower.
Well, your period is about the last period of decency. I'm not saying others who have come up after you have not been decent, but they have been limited by performance. It's been a period of timidity, reluctance to explore. They have left the environment extremely untapped. So many contacts that they have left unexplored. And I've always told them, the might of this club is the potential of this club. This club can knock at any door and it shall be open. So I'm always ashamed when they just follow the rules. 1 or 2 programs you left, 1 symposium, 1 workshop, the next is an induction. And even these days, the academic part has been completely removed. Your period used to launch an academic magazine that even lecturers will be struggling to put articles into. These days, it has been skipped. So they live by the day, they live by routine. All they want to do is to follow the last programs and run their 1-year academic calendar and go out. So it has been the CB that is not living at all, not closer to its potential. That is the only harrowing part. But you cannot put all the blame on them. From their home constituency, it has been difficult convincing their members to pay up their subscriptions. So when you don't have money, you are limited by programs. And I've always advocated that the department could be of help in this direction. If it is a compulsory item that they must pay as part of school fees, even when I'm aware that they have to tread softly, students will pay when it is part of registration. If this money is now remitted to the club, when there's money, there will be a lot of activities you want to execute. 2, there are retired bankers out there that are not contacted. The first, second, third set of banking students, they are executive directors where they are now. Some of them are retiring. They won't come to you. You are the ones that will go to them. Some have been commissioners, some have been big public office holders, and the name of your club and that of this institution is enough, a marketing gimmick to get them to support your programs. And when they come down to your program, see what you are doing, surely they will contribute. So it has to be you go to them before they come. And that is one of the toughest. And again, there has never been financial handing over. Every CB that comes in must go and open his own account. That aspect must change. What should happen is a change of signatory so that there will be continuity in the same account. I think that has to be looked into. Because before they change the account, before they settle down, the first semester is gone. Second semester, they want to face their subject and write their project. They have little time to face the club. And if I may add too, that your CB anthem has to be reviewed. So that in case CB decides to go international, people will not sing that anthem along with you. So if it's going to be English, that will be English. And no other choice. That's the only language you can use anyway. So that pidgin aspect, that Yoruba aspect must be de-emphasized. They can be translated into the English and sung the way you have been singing it.
A major challenge they face is that is lack of funds to run their activities. For illustration of clubs, the only way that will make you stand out is your activities. In fact, for people to even know you, that you are existing, is your activities that will tell the story about you. And so what defines your activities is fund, because there is nothing that you want to do without fund. And we know the nature of our students. They don't really have fund. You also need some other information, because information is power. Through CB, you can get current information about what is happening outside your environment. You must not concern yourself only with what is happening within your environment. You must be concerned about what is happening outside your environment, because those are the things that will determine who you are going to be in the present and in the future. Now, the way out of this challenge is that they must be close to their patrons. That's one. Number two is that they must also get close to Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. Their closeness with the organization like that will also come in handy in assisting them to overcome even their challenge. Because right there, they'll be able to tell people, we want to do this program, and we need this and this for us to be able to do the program. And there will be people that will assist them to do their programs seamlessly. Apart from that, they should also conduct themselves very well. Conducting yourself very well means you must inculcate some values that we call Yoruba Omoluabi, values that people will see and people want to be part of what you are doing. Once you have that value of Omoluabi, value that people will identify with, values that elders will identify with, naturally people will develop passion for you, for your activities. And once they develop passion for you, they'll be looking forward to when you are going to have the next activity in terms of support. So getting support is not even a problem, but you must be able to come up with good values that people are going to identify with. So when people identify with those good values, naturally people will develop passion for what you do. Then they must also think deeply in coming up with their activities. What I see some CBs do is that they copy and paste. Yes, there must be consistency, yes. But of course, you must also look at the environment. When somebody was there, when a leader was there 2-3 years ago, what was the intent that time? What is Nigeria saying today? So anything you want to do, you must relate it with what is happening currently. Naturally, they will identify with what you do. So as you are planning to become leaders of today and leaders of tomorrow, you must always wear your thinking cap. You must come up with strategies that will work.
From time to time, you organize programs, give them proper orientation. Give them proper orientation. Let them know that education is not a scam. Let them have value for education. See, once they have value for education, the problem is solved.
Let me divide that leadership into two: the current and past leaders. The current leaders need the kind of vision you had when you were here, guided vision, a vision that will push them to their potentials, a vision that will enlarge this club, a vision that will make this club go global. We are living in the world of internet, and by now, there are so many things that CB should have had. Website of his own, exposed to the world, exchange programs. By now, you could write to any bank institution around the world for visitations. Your visa is as good as granted. So when you come back, the CB will not be what it is. Because when you live in your client, you just be what you are. But when you go out and tap experiences, like others will come and tap from you too. So I'm looking forward to a CB that will be globalized. But let me say, so far, so good. So I see CB in two ways. One, the one with fear, that we are not invigorating the future of this CB, because the number of membership must be enlarged. But then the grace and the consolation is it's still a vibrant club and is never forgotten. Even when members have graduated, they always come back here for their corporate social responsibility. That's the hope.
For me, as one of you, once I have decided that I want to associate with CB, I'm always looking forward to when your next activity will be, because it's already in me. I want CB to progress. I want CB to be a global brand, a brand that we even promote, we further promote the Polytechnic Ibadan. For all the other people that are associating themselves with CB, who are necessarily not graduates of the Polytechnic Ibadan, but they are associating with them, we must have a way of connecting each other. We must have a way. Apart from what you can do as what I can do as a person, I can also work with people to chart a way forward for CB, so that they can realize their vision, their dream of becoming big, of becoming a global brand. We can also use our influence to also serve as a pressure group for CB, for the institution to also show some level of responsibility to CB. Most of the people there are our friends. The rector, the youth, they are our friends now. The commissioner for education is our friend. We can use our influence to get some things even for CB, so that the institution, the state, will give them more recognition than what they are giving currently. Because I also see that in some programs, you may not even find the rector there. In fact, I've never seen a time when the rector attended the program. It shouldn't be like that. We can use our influence to force them to be responsible, so that they will be attending your event. So it's a total package. Total package in the sense that the students have their role to play, the alumni have their own role to play, the stakeholders too have their own role to play, and the school, the major stakeholders too, have their major role to play. It's a total package for it to be a global brand. And there are even people who are read Yoruba are in the bank industry, who says other departments cannot join you in future. Other people in another department can join CB. If CB is so thick that if once I join CB, my future is secured, people will join now. People will join, and you now make your law to be flexible, so that you can also accommodate people even from other departments.
What I would say is, at the department, let us feel your impact. like for the past and present, the future, maybe when they come. For the present, you know they will soon leave. They'll go out there. We want to feel your impact. But there are some little things that you can do. For the past, we are not expecting daughters. You people are now working. You are now in various places, in various countries. Come back to the department. Anything you do, I do tell them, see, anything you do, your name will be the name of the club will be boldly written on it. So it's not that maybe someone will just take it home and be using it. No. So please let us feel your impact. We are not feeling your impact though. Let's feel your impact. Come back, give back. The other time I came for a reunion, one program like that, I told you, I said, please just give back to the department.
So that alumni is a good initiative. One, advantage. I said it's look more or less like old student association. So definitely, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jáde, a máa rá àwọn kan nínú yín categories náà lè máa wà. Àwọn kan máa wà tí ò rówó họrí. Àwọn kan máa wà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n wà middle. Àwọn kan máa wà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti make ẹ̀. So kí ni wọ́n ń pè ní alumni or old student ni pé we bring ourselves to be equal. So mo sọ nígbà tí a máa ń ṣe meeting tá a máa mú student, ṣé mo pé student ọ̀gá relation lecturer relationship máa wà. Ẹ̀ta wa la máa sọ fún àwọn ọmọ yẹn tá bá ti wà ní meeting. Ẹ má sọ pé torí HOD yín wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tàbí kí ẹ béèrè question tí ó bá yé yín àti bring ourselves down. Inferiority complex and superiority complex. Inferiority complex ni ẹni tó wà low tó máa wò pé àlejò bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni o. Báwo lọ́rọ̀ ṣe wá ṣe tòun báyìí? Ẹ tó ti gbàgbé wípé Bíbélì gan sọ pé ó ní èmi ó ṣàánú fún àwọn tí mi ó ṣàánú fún. Mo ní ṣe ìyọ́nú fún àwọn tí ń ṣe ìyọ́nú fún. Irú alumni yín yẹn àwọn tó wà lókè ẹ má look down àwọn tí ẹni tó wà lókè kì í ṣagbára ẹ o, oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run ló ní. Bí o bá tẹ̀ súnmọ́ ẹ ìwọ lọ́ba bó insult ẹ ṣáà ṣe nǹkan tọ́lọ́run fún ẹ ó lè jẹ́ pé wọ́n ló máa lò. Then àwọn tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ kókò kí àtò náà kì í ṣẹjọ́ wọn, kì í ṣe pé wọ́n mọ̀ ṣe káwọn náà voice out kó wọn súnmọ́ àwọn tó lè ràn yàn lọ́wọ́ because oríṣiríṣi ilé àwọn èèyàn àwọn kan wà sọ mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan ẹni tí ẹ̀gbọ́n a máa wò pé ṣé mi náà èmi mo ṣàfẹ́ fún ní nǹkan ṣé mi máa tó lọ́ọ́ bá ni Ọlọ́run kò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí ẹ̀ lè wà bákan náà it's not possible. Bó jẹ́ 20 nìyí ẹ lè grow success rate yín ò lè jẹ́ the same thing. Poverty rate yín náà ò dẹ̀ lè jẹ́ the same thing. Ẹ lè wá on the same scale. Àwọn kan kù díẹ̀ káàtó, àwọn kan wọ́n wà medium, àwọn kan wà large. So as a result of that, ẹ bá ti ríra yín ẹ jẹ́ kí ìfẹ́ then irú àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti make ẹ̀ nínú yín kó náà lọ share experience ẹ̀. Then irú wa tẹ́ bá wà ní kíní reunion náà ẹ jẹ́ kí kíní wà ní experience sharing, brainstorming yẹn ni wípé ẹ kàn lè mú topic kan ó lè jẹ́ topical kó kọ́ àlùwọ́ máa sọ tiẹ̀ àtẹni tó sọ dáadáa àtẹni tó sọ dáadáa wọ́n ní nonsense tó bá mú no kúrò nonsense kí ló kù sense bó ṣe rí nìyẹn.
That was my starting point. That look, I've been a man of ethics. I've been a man of regulations. I've been a man that followed the law. All these values were given to me by my banking career. And I tell you, there's no other regulation that is as ethical and law enforcing than banking. So I don't want to shy away from the fact that yes, our members are disciplined, they are ethical, but then the disturbing vices of an average Nigerian youth picking up easy money, Ponzi programs, Yahoo, has been enticing to our members, if we have to face it, the fact. So we need training and retraining, what we calling them back home, that, oh, no matter how terrible the vices are in the country, in our society, in our environment, a banker must remain a banker. What is banking? Ethics, regulations, and laws. So we mustn't leave them, because whether we like it or not, the society is getting slippery. Youth are now looking for quick money. Youth are involved in anti-social, anti-inimical activities that are not helping the country. And whether we like it or not, we are a subset of that larger environment. Some of these younger bankers are seeing what their mates are doing with money, and they are tempted to compromise ethics and values. That we must not allow by training and constantly retraining our members. I want to see CB members in all endeavors in Nigeria, political, commerce, economy, name it, because it's when they are well placed that the CB will gain advancements. I'm also looking forward to CB transcending beyond the current environment it is. One, it should be able to go national in the next 5 years, so that every tertiary institution in Nigeria that is offering banking will have a club called CB. From there, we can graduate to the continent, and from the continent, we can move to the world. So that's my vision. So let's put it in the next 10 years, CB should have conquered the world. My final word. The past, don't forget the present. The present, take leadership, follow the footsteps of your leaders, and CB will be the beneficiary of the two.
Thank you so much.
Well, I want to congratulate Corporate Bankers Club profoundly for your 25th anniversary. It's quite amazing that you started Corporate Bankers 25 years ago, and the organization is still doing well within the corridor of the Polytechnic Ibadan. As a matter of fact, it's the most dynamic body within that institution. So I congratulate you. This is a starting point for you. You still have a long way to go. You still have more years ahead. What I want you to be doing is for you to be consistent. I wish you well. I wish that in the next 25 years, we will all be here to celebrate this landmark achievement that you have achieved. And I also believe that you can still do better than what you are doing by making sure that you turn your challenges and problems to success in your activities. Make sure that you attract more quality people, more influential people to your side. Let them show you the way to greatness. And I believe that with your dedication, with your commitment, you will get to the promised land. Promised land of being a global brand that all over the world, people will hear CB and they want to associate with you. Once again, I want to congratulate you for your landmark achievement. May God continue to be with the Polytechnic Ibadan, who has given you the opportunity to have this platform. Congratulations to the current headship of CB, and congratulations to the Alumni Association for standing by the association. And congratulations to all of us who are stakeholders for our passion for the association. God bless you.
Ẹ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ ìṣe dandan ni kẹ́ wá kó fún wa. Ẹ tẹ ìpò tẹ ń ṣe pípé pé recognition this and that all are important, very very important. So I want to congratulate you for this Herculean task and this joyous occasion of yours. At least silver anniversary. It is not a joke. And I want to wish you very well. And I want you to continue. Keep the flag flying. Let not the sky be your limits. let it be the starting point. Then one man make erroneous statement here. The sky is the limit. No. Let it be your starting point so that you will continue to strive. And then be committed, dedicated, and then you love one another. What you don't want people to do to you, don't do it to others. Be your brother's keeper. Then, especially those people that are graduating now, that if they ask you for one assistance or the other, if it's within your reach, within your ability, don't hesitate to do that. I've told you, in your alumni something, make yourself, you are equal. We are all equal in the hands of God. But in terms of wealth, in terms of power, in terms of this, we may not be equal. But ẹni táwọn tọ́lọ́run bá gbé sípò kó rántí àwọn tó kù díẹ̀ kí á tó. Tó bá dẹ̀ máa ṣe náà má fi ṣe yànga ní orúkọ Jésù. Eléyìí ò ní jẹ́ àṣemọ́. Ẹ ṣe golden. Ẹ ṣe when you do golden is 60, silver is 25, then diamond is 60. So agbára Ọlọ́run. Long live corporate banker. Even I'm so much happy anytime I hear that, because you don't let it die. And once you have nurtured it to growth, then God will nurture you also to growth. Long live corporate banker. Long live banking and finance. Long live the Polytechnic Ibadan. You are vibrant, you are dynamic, and God will continue to make you vibrant and dynamic. In the name of Jesus.